Redemption, a Paul Masset novel by Alan Hill. The sight of the radio had Masset's blood pumping. They were the most common trigger method used to detonate improvised explosive devices. Masset handed Lash back his rifle and plucked the microphone from his body armor. "Eagle, Talon, sit rep, over," Masset said. He waited an impatient second and then repeated his call. "Talon, this is Eagle. Report." "Eagle, we observed two men kneeling in the road. Now they're walking towards our position. One is carrying a shovel, the second is holding an ICOM radio and is missing part of his other hand. Both men armed with AK-47 rifles. I suspect they just planted an IED. Request permission to apprehend them." "Good copy, Talon. Wait one while I relay this." "Everyone relax. Don't move around. They can't see us in the shade of this tree with the sheep moving," Masset said to his team. Slowly he wiped a line of sweat from his brow and kept watching the men approach them. Both had long beards, wore black turbans, and the regional Pashtun dress of a knee-length tunic and baggy pants. The man with the missing fingers wore a dark vest. "This place hasn't changed in hundreds of years. They totally reject any modern way of life. No indoor plumbing, no electricity. Plastic explosives and Kalashnikov rifle, though, they can't get enough of," Seth said, shaking his head. "I'll never figure these people out." "Why don't you figure out how to keep your mouth shut?" Masset replied, the radio microphone still clenched in his hand. "Talon, this is Eagle. Over." "Go ahead, Eagle." "The lieutenant says to observe them, but wait for the rest of the platoon. Do not attempt to capture them. You get that, Talon?" "Eagle, does he understand this is probably the bomb maker? If we let him get into the village, we'll probably never find him again." There was a pause in the conversation. Masset imagined their platoon sergeant trying to explain the situation to their lieutenant. They couldn't let the man responsible for so many deaths escape. "Talon, Eagle says you have your orders. Observe and report. The platoon will be back on the road momentarily." Masset didn't reply. He angrily clipped the mic to his body armor and watched the men close on them. A sheep had grazed its way among them and was trying to eat the grass where Kellogg sat. It bleated loudly and used its head to ram Kellogg, trying to get him out of the way. When the men on the road heard the noise, they stopped, and the man wearing the vest used his deformed hand to block out the sun and look in the team's direction. The aggrieved sheep gave up and walked out into the road, leaving Kellogg silhouetted against the wheat field. Both men's faces showed surprise. The digger dropped his shovel and ran towards the village. The other man followed at his heels. You have been listening to an audiobook excerpt from Redemption, a Paul Masset novel by Alan Hill, published by Creative Texts Publishers, LLC. All rights reserved. Visit our Creative Texts website at www.creativetexts.com to check out all of the other great authors and titles available from the Creative Texts catalog.